meditative awareness. Allow your consciousness to expand a bit and fill your body and mind with the light of illumined consciousness. Feel that your awareness is increased and expanded to embrace all things, all people, embrace them with peace and share loving kindness from your heart. Consciously anchor yourself in this peaceful awareness, claiming it as your true nature. And seek to abide in this consciousness at all times. Knowing that as we move through our activities of the day, this awakened consciousness resides within us, informing our thoughts, our speech, our actions. And as we remain aware of this consciousness, we can meet all circumstances with grace and ease, knowing at all times what is true and lasting. Bring to your heart awareness and your mind's eye those in your life who you wish to bless, and send them blessings of peace. Wish all beings to be well. And to have happiness. Let's send this blessing out on the eternal vibration of Om as we chant together to close our time of meditation. Peace. May our thoughts be aligned with Dharma. May our speech be aligned with Dharma. And may our heart and our actions be aligned with Dharma. And so it is. Om. Peace. Amen. Today's study is in chapter 11. We are cruising through. Chapter 11. Today's verses are 17 through 19. When last we were studying together, we were in chapter 10, weren't we? Chapter 10. Arjuna was inquiring as to the nature of the divine and asking for the nature of the divine to be revealed to him. If we look at this as stages of illumination or even stages of meditation, This would be the stage where we are beginning our surrender, where we are still inquiring with the use of the senses and the intellect. And that chapter closed with, chapter 10 closed with, and this is from Swami Nikhilananda, who was a devotee of Ramakrishna, in his commentary. These are the words of Krishna to Arjuna for the close of chapter 10. Whatever glorious or beautiful or mighty being exists anywhere, know that it has sprung from but a spark of my splendor. Verse 42, but what need is there of your acquiring this detailed knowledge, O Arjuna? With a single fragment of myself, I stand supporting the whole universe. And Nikhilananda says, one can never fully know the Lord or the Infinite One through the manifestations in time and space. It is enough to know that the whole universe represents only a particle of the Lord's glory. The Lord transcends the universe. And in chapter 11, Arjuna asks to be shown the vision of the universal form. In the verses where we are today, (17 through 19), in Roy Eugene Davis's translation and commentary. You who are difficult to behold, I see crowned with club and discus, a mass of light shining everywhere with incomparable radiance as of the sun and blazing fire. I intuitively perceive the self-manifestations of consciousness throughout its entire field of expression as boundless. But I do not perceive the full extent of the endless processes of consciousness. You who are difficult to behold, I see crowned with club and discus. I perceive the reality of manifested consciousness with its varied aspects of controlling power. I perceive an all-pervading, intensely shining light whose radiance is unique. Incomparable radiance as of the sun and of blazing fire. I believe you are the unchanging, the supreme to be realized, the ultimate resting place of all. You are the everlasting protector of the eternal law, the primeval spirit. I acknowledge consciousness to be permanent, the superior reality to be realized, the ultimate to be experienced. Consciousness is the forever guardian of the principles which uphold the order of the universe, the originating, life-giving reality. I see you with infinite power, beginningless, endless, without a middle, with countless arms. The moon and sun are your eyes, the blazing fire of your mouth illuminating the universe with your radiance. I perceive consciousness to have infinite powers, as untouched by time and universal processes, with numberless aspects and agencies of action. The planets and stars in space are to me like the eyes of invisible consciousness looking upon the worlds, and the energetic powers flowing from the source of cosmic manifestation illumines the universe with its radiance. Hearing this, imagining being shown through divine eye the splendor of the infinite, imagine that beholding happening in you. Imagine yourself having complete oneness consciousness, if only for a brief second, seeing the infinite one in all, and especially in yourself. Imagine allowing intellect and sense impressions to fall away and be in full oneness consciousness and having direct experience of the infinite one. The scriptures say that this is possible. To surrender so completely that we can have direct experience of the one. Most times, this is completely out of the realm of our imagination. But if we allow ourselves to meditate, contemplate, and surrender, we can imagine it. But it's so interesting being a human being with mind and senses that are engaged 99.9% of the time in the world, not just the world outside of your home or the world that comes in through the media or whatever, but the world meaning our existence being in manifestation. 99.9% of the time, we are engaged with the senses, we are engaged with the mind, and it is very difficult to pull back from that. We know it, we try it all the time. Meditation is, our attempt to pull back or pull in, rein in the senses, rein in that intellect that wants to just divide and conquer, that wants to I would say understand, but it wants to do more than that. It wants to own, it wants to control, it wants to, do its thing, ego guided. But our meditation practice, and indeed all of the practices, but meditation practice in particular, is our practicing letting go of all of that and just being in the grace-bestowing presence and having direct experience of what is beyond the senses and what is beyond the intellect of mind. So we keep it up, we keep diving in, and through the grace of the divine, we have these instances where we are in awe of what is beyond the mind and senses. And we just keep practicing. And I think, what we come up against in this section, at least what I come up against in this section, is that imagining that, what ability do I have to have faith in this vision that is promised to me? What ability do I have to really have faith enough to surrender into the possibility that I will have direct experience of something described in this way, something so glorious and so transformative. All kinds of things come up within me. And the very first thing that Arjuna says when requesting this vision is, if you think I can bear it, show it to me. If you think I can hold the vision, show it to me. And for me, because of maybe my Christian background, my trigger of worthiness comes up. As soon as I hear that, I hear it. If you think I'm worthy, show it to me. Which is not what is being said, but my hearing, my trigger says, if you think I'm worthy. But there is no, that doesn't exist as a reality in our relationship with the divine. The divine is our true nature. There is no requirement of worthiness. It is, our own unpeeling, our own layers of whatever that allow us to surrender enough. It is really offered always, always offered. All goodness, all blessing, always offered, forever offered. And the more we allow ourselves to be open to that offering, the more we experience it. That's what I know. So I look forward to hearing from you what arises in you with these verses, with this section. How did you feel in section 10 versus the beginning of chapter 11? How is Spirit moving in you today? Whenever you are ready.